And we'll just take a moment to just bring the shoulders back on top of the hips and stand in Tadasana, that mountain pose, feet about hip width distance. And maybe bring our palms to our heart center in that Anjali mudra. Eyes can close once more. Take a couple deep breaths, just breathing in, observing the energy that you've built up inside, that sense of prana, life force flowing through. And then from this place, we'll gently open our eyes once more. We're going to keep our right foot facing the chair. We're going to step our left foot back. And it can be, as wide as you like. And the toes, it doesn't exactly matter whether they're like pitched in at a specific degree. You just want to make sure you feel stable and all sides of your feet are anchoring down onto the earth. And that means your back foot can be a little bit more forward, so like keeping a little bit of a width between the front and the back, or where the heel lines up with the arch of the foot. You just don't want it going past, like behind you or behind that front leg. And we're going to engage, so lift up in that front right quadricep muscle. So hug that up so we're supporting our knee. Open the arms up into that T position. Inhale. And as we exhale, start to reach forward like you're having a little bit of a tug of war between your right and your left fingers. Keep reaching. Inhale, bring ourselves back up, trying to keep your spine nice and long. And again, exhale, reaching forward. Sending your left hip away, so like you're pushing that trochanter toward the wall behind you. Inhale as you rise up. And this time we're going to reach forward and stay there. You can just stay here. You can lower that hand down onto your chair or on a block. And then you can also swing that left arm up toward the sky again if that supports your shoulder today. You want to try to just make sure the head is nice and neutral and aligned with your spine. You can look forward, down, or up. And we're breathing, of course. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful job. Pressing down into those feet. Lifting into those thighs, scissoring those inner thighs in toward your midline. And on our next inhale, we'll rise back up and rest the arms down. Keep your legs nice and wide. We're just going to bend into that front knee and make sure it's right at that 90 degrees. So you don't want it going past your ankle over toward your toes. You want it right above the ankle. So if you feel like I'm here and I'm not feeling much, step that back foot wider versus bending the knee deeper. Beautiful. So we're lifting our arms up into our Virabhadrasana to our Warrior Two. Hugging the arm bones in, reaching long through those fingertips. Scapula moves in toward the spine. Chest and sternum is lifting as the tailbone is rooting down, so the front edge of the pelvis is hugging in and up. And we're breathing, of course, our favorite word. Inhaling and exhaling. And we're holding here as we breathe. We're holding on to that strength. Sensing both the quality of that groundedness and also that upliftment as we push down into our feet into the earth, but also sense that uplifting energy rise up through the spine, open the heart, through the crown. And take one more breath in. And as we exhale, extend and straighten that front leg. And we can heel toe or step that back foot in. And then to face your chair and just kind of walk it out, march it out, shake it out. Shimmy it out, shimmy it all down. Good. And we're just going to do the other side. So I'm just going to turn around just for video's sake. So my back's not too, but you guys are fine. You can stay as you are. And you have your left foot staying toward the mat and step your right foot back. And again, this might be a less of a wide stance compared to your warriors. So you just want to make sure you're nice and stable here. And the ball mounds are connected. The heels are connected. Inner and outsides of the feet are connected. And we're going to bring those arms up. Draw the rib cage in, tailbone down. Inhaling and exhaling as we reach forward. Inhale pulls us back up. Beautiful. Make sure we're lifting into those quadriceps. Protect our knees. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. Send your right hip away from you. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Last one, going for the full home stretch or home run here as we reach, reach, reach. And again, You can keep your arms floating. That's a way to really build that core strength. But if you want a little extra support, use your hand on the chair. You can also swing that right arm up toward the sky. Try to, again, sense that you're opening your heart toward the sky, and imagine yourself like you're stuck between two pans of glass here. So you want to try to sense that the top half of your body is stacking right on top of the bottom half. And we're breathing length into our spine. We're exhaling roots into our feet so we feel nice and stable. Our head is wherever it supports us most. Next, exhale, really engage down. Inhale to slowly, slowly rise up. Rest your arms for a moment, let them relax. Bend into that front knee. Hands can be on hips. You might have to adjust your back leg out a little bit wider so you keep that 90-degree angles of that left knee. And then when you feel nice and stable, bring those arms back up. You can look forward, straight ahead, or even back behind you. Again, think about the front of the ribs moving back, the tailbone rooting down. Shoulders above the hips. Nice deep breaths. Maybe for a moment play with seeing if you can lift your toes. Keep your ball mounds on the ground, but lift the toes. Beautiful. And then soften them back down. Again, if sensation's really building inside, you can inhale and hum into that area. Give it a little bit of softness. And one more inhale here. And as we exhale, extending that front leg, straightening both legs out, and again, just kind of walk those feet in, shake it out a little bit. One more thing with our chair before we go into Shavasana, our favorite part of class. So we're going to bring our hands to the chair and open your feet nice and wide. You want to keep your hips in line with your ankles here. So just notice if you're kind of pitched forward or you're like poking back too much. And then we're going to ground down into our left palm at the center of our sternum, like down at the base of our chair, the seat of our chair. And then we're going to inhale, reach those right fingertips up. Beautiful. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Swap it with the left to inhale the left fingertips up toward the sky. Beautiful job. Exhale as we come back down. And just try that a few times. Imagining a deep clean here for your spine as you breathe. If it's not comfortable to look up, you can keep your gaze down at your hand on the chair. Maybe have a little softness in the backs of the knees here so you're not locking into those joints. Maybe just do one more set. So inhale on the right, inhale on the left before coming back through center. And once you finish that set, just kind of heel toe, walk those feet back in. Once more, bring yourself upright. And we're going to take a moment, just kind of shake everything loose. Hopefully you don't have to go to the bathroom. So we're going to shake everything loose, shimmy it down into the earth, and then shimmy ourselves down onto the ground if we want. Or we can take the option of sitting in our chair in a supported place for relaxation. So whatever you feel is going to support you best. If you're coming down onto the ground, you can try sitting to the side of your chair, and as you recline your spine down, you swing your legs up on your chair and then roll your spine down nice and slow. But do whatever you feel like is going to be most supportive for you. For this time of rest. So continue to take a few moments just to get settled in, and as you're settling in, as you're making little adjustments for your body to find that place of support, just kind of set that intention of letting things go, letting yourself be, letting yourself receive, This is truly where they say the benefits of the practice take root. So all that effort, all that work that we put in with the movement and the breath, this place of rest is where it all takes root. So truly give yourself permission to be here, to rest. I'm going to talk you through a visualization that supports the idea of relaxing in the body, but feel free to kind of tune in or tune out. Let your consciousness kind of move in and out of awareness. Do whatever supports you best in that place of relaxation. Perhaps as we're settling, just take a few deep breaths. Inhaling into the whole body, letting the whole body glove, sense that it stretches in all directions. Exhaling deeply and just sense yourself sinking into the supports that hold you. Maybe try that again, inhaling. Imagine the body like a balloon, expanding top, bottom, front, back, to the sides. Exhaling, letting the breath go nice and slow. And as you're settling, you can invite in the idea and the image that you are outside and there's the warm sun. And the warmth of the sun and the rays of the sun are gently touching the skin on the top of your head, the back of your skull. And as you sense the warmth of these rays, you sense the scalp relaxing, the skull relaxing. You sense the cheekbones soften as the warm rays gently touch the skin, melting any tension away from the face. And these gentle, warm rays move down into the neck, relaxing in the neck. You sense the head and neck are completely free of tension, warmed by the sun. And these gentle rays move down the shoulders, down the arms, and into the fingertips. You sense the shoulders becoming more at ease, drawn down by gravity. The fingertips relaxing in the palms. You sense a gentle inner glow from this warm light by the sun. And as these warm rays continue to move into the body and down, you sense the heart opening. You sense the rib cage free of any constraints. Warm, gentle rays continue to move down the spine, into the low back and belly, down into the hips. Sensing the warm rays gently open and massage any tension around the hips. And these gentle rays continue down, warming into the thighs, the knees, the shins and feet. So you sense the whole body gently touched by the warmth of the sun, relaxing around the warmth. The whole body becomes relaxed and at ease. And you just allow yourself to soak up the gentle rays, allowing the light to move in past the outer layers of the skin, into your very core. And you know, anytime that tension may build back inside, you can call upon this image, the warmth of the sun, to relax those areas. Without haste, to move from this place of stillness and rest, just gradually start to think about deepening your breath. When you're ready, start to deepen the breath, only when you're ready. Begin to think about moving in the body. And when you're ready to move, start to gently move the body, listening to whatever intuition your body has for movements here, allowing yourself to remain supported as you move. You might roll the head ever so slowly and gently, right to left. You might wiggle the fingers and toes. Or if you're lying on your back, even draw the knees in toward the chest and invite a gentle rock or a hug. And if you're you are on your back, just take a moment to roll to one side before coming upright, just to pause in that fetal position, that place of new beginnings, and slowly and gently bringing ourselves all the way up to standing when we're ready. We're going to end today with a balance. We'll take our times to rise back up. And you might use the chair to your side or stand behind the chair as a way to support you for balance. And once you do find yourself upright, again, we'll take a moment just to walk those feet, to find them underneath our hips. Maybe bend and stretch the legs a few times, especially to get down into those ankles and Achilles. We call these pliés in dance. Plié and extend and plié and stretch. Beautiful. And we're going to stand nice and tall and rooted. Again, hands can be on the chair for support. We're going to root down into that left leg. Try not to sink into the hip, so the hip doesn't go out to the side. We're lifting up to go over. And we're going to come on to the right toes. And then we're going to lift the right foot. And again, just take a moment to gently circle that femur head inside the hip socket. Go one way and then the other. And for some of us, our hips may not feel open enough today to do the Vrksasana with the open hip version. So we can always just bring that right toe back down to the earth and keep the foot here, or the inside of that right foot up above our ankle. If our hips feel open enough, we can open up the hip. And then again, the foot can be below the knee or above the knee, just not on the knee joint. And then if we want to test one arm out to the side and then the other, you might think about exhaling as you root down into the feet. Inhale as energy rises up, spirals up through the crown. And again, we always have that chair there if balance is a challenge for us today. It's different every day. So finding something to focus on also that isn't moving helps. And sensing your breath like the wind, blowing your tree a little bit, letting it sway, letting your body adapt to that gentle push and pull. Take another breath in. And as we exhale, relax that right foot down. Whew, shake out that left leg a little bit. Again, shimmy it out. Shake it loose. Whew, you can kind of shake it really vigorously like that. That's really good for the lymphatic system to get things flowing. So you just shake it out. Yeah. Or it's like, when a dog gets that really good scratch and he's like, oh, yeah. It's like, that's the spot. We're doing that for ourselves. And we're going to do the other side. So you're going to ground again into that right leg. Lifting up into it again. Left toes might stay on the ground for a moment, or you might float the foot as you just circle the thigh a little bit inside the hip socket. And going both directions, using that chair for stability. Maybe you have a slight bend in that standing leg, especially if you tend to kind of lock into the joint of that knee. You want to kind of keep a little micro bend there. And then again, you can have the toes touch down. You can bring the foot to the inner calf with the thigh parallel, or open, hinge open through the hip. And then again, you can float one arm or both arms and smile. Root down as you exhale. Inhale, grow tall, grow wide. We'll hold here for a couple breaths. If we fall out of it, just pick ourselves back up and try it again. Just gonna keep trying. Make sure we're breathing and smiling. One more inhale. Beautiful job. Exhale, ground down into that left foot. And again, shake out, shake it out, shake out that right hip, shake out the right leg all the way down to the toes. And then we're going to just stand in our Tadasana, open our arms out nice and wide. And give ourselves a hug, wrapping fingertips to the opposite shoulder. Chin falls to the chest, just bowing your head to the wisdom of your heart. Inhale as we open our arms out nice and wide. Once more, take the opposite elbow on top as we again hug ourselves. Chin falls to chest. Let the shoulders melt down. And then we can relax our arms down by our side or bring them to Anjali Mudra as we take a moment to thank ourselves once more for this time. Maybe send some healing prayers and thoughts for places of the world that are in need, like our West Coast cousins, anywhere else that you feel is in need of some extra support here. And may those healing prayers be heard, and may God help fulfill those wishes as we say namaste. And thank you very much, everyone.